With just a little over a month until Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, hype and speculation is at an all-time high, which it has good reason to be. I mean, to be honest, we've gotten fighters such as Ridley, K. Rool, Simon Belmont, Isabelle. It's seeming like anyone can be in Smash Bros, and that is a very exciting prospect, to say the least. Because of that, I have a challenge for you guys. I'm just gonna call it the Smash Ultimate Fighter Challenge. Essentially, you choose your top 4 Super Smash Bros. Ultimate fighters, but you can't just choose any 4. There's a constraint for each one of them. Out of these 4, you must create a Echo Fighter, a Nintendo-made character, a third-party character, and a wild card. This wild card can be anything from movies, TVs, books, video games, Nintendo, non-Nintendo. Basically, if you were Masahiro Sakurai, if this was your game, what would you put in? So with those 4 options, feel free to use the template provided on screen and tweet it at me with @SwitchStop. I'll be retweeting my favorites and maybe even make a video with your guys' choices. With that out of the way, let's get into mine. And I mocked up some splash screens for each one, just to make it a bit more interesting. You can just put a picture of the fighter on the template though. Starting up with the Echo Fighter. Shadow seems like the perfect Echo Fighter, honestly, for Sonic, and I'm kind of surprised that Shadow has not been confirmed yet, but in my opinion, he will definitely be in the game. For those of you guys who don't know, Shadow was actually in Super Smash Bros. 4 for Wii U and 3DS. However, he was not in as a fighter, obviously, he was in as an assist trophy. Now, when Ultimate comes around, his assist trophy was not removed, instead, he was replaced with Knuckles. Why fix what wasn't broken unless Shadow is getting a bigger spot? We've already seen instances of this too. Robin's Final Smash removed Chrom, and Chrom was later put in as an Echo Fighter. Samus did not have the Dark Samus alternate costume, and Dark Samus was later put in as an Echo Fighter. As the edgiest hedgehog, Shadow seriously seems like a perfect fit as Sonic's Echo Fighter. Moving on to the Nintendo-made character I want. He's been hinted and rumored, but I really want him. I think Skull Kid from Majora's Mask and just the Legend of Zelda series in general could make an absolutely brilliant, unique fighter, and here's why. In the games, Skull Kid has always been a very menacing figure. From pure shock and scare value, I think he's scarier than Ganon. Sure, Ganon has more powers, but Skull Kid is just uncanny, very kind of creepy in a weird way. On top of that, Skull Kid has had a bit of a resurgence recently, with a cult following obviously wanting him in Smash, even appearing in Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition for the Nintendo Switch. Supposedly, they've been hinted a couple of times, but I feel like that's kind of a stretch. However, I believe his assist trophy was removed from the game, which could be sort of the same thing as interpreted as by Knuckles and Shadow's assist trophy. Moving on from Skull Kid into the non-Nintendo but still video game character I want to see in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This might come as a surprise to some of you, but anyone who knows me personally knows that I love Rayman, the series, and as a fighter, Rayman would be perfect in Smash. Apart from being one of the most requested Super Smash Bros. Ultimate fighters, Rayman definitely has his chance. People against Rayman in Smash usually argue that Ubisoft recently just put him into a different fighting game called Brawlhalla. However, Shovel Knight is going into that game too, and Shovel Knight's in Smash as an assist trophy, but he's still there, which rules out the possibility of Sakurai or Ubisoft not wanting to have any overlaps. On top of that, Ubisoft and Nintendo have been really good friends recently. Obviously Mario plus Rabbids, Starlinks with the Star Fox thing, and recently Ubisoft sent out a survey seeing what Nintendo characters they wanted to see in their games. As Ubisoft's sort of answer to Nintendo back in the 90s, it would be incredible to see Rayman pull up in Smash. It would make me and so many other people really happy. Moving on to the wild card. Now, given that this could literally be anything, people might think that my choice is kinda lame, but I'm gonna stick by it because, I mean, that's my opinion. I think Springman from ARMS could make a really unique fighter. Given that ARMS was made by Nintendo, of course it had unique character design. ARMS' unique character designs seriously lend themselves into Smash. I mean, ARMS is a fighting game and so is Smash. It makes sense. On top of that, there's no real, spear users in Smash. Like, no one really, there's no like characters with spears. There's characters that have insanely long reaches, but to my knowledge, no one uses like a spear or anything like that. And the punching gloves in ARMS pretty much just like count as spears. Like, that's how they function. Like, the arms move in a spear-like fashion. On top of that, the variety of gloves from that game would seriously lend themselves to different moves. I know a lot of other people don't want to see it, but personally, I would love to see Springman, or at least some sort of ARMS representation, get into Smash Bros. Ultimate. But with that out of the way, that's my Smash Bros. Top 4. But what's yours? Let me know down in the comments below, or once again, tweet me. The template will be back on screen right now. I will also tweet out the template as this video goes live, so you can download it there. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Thomas from the Switch Stop, signing off. Peace, and just, yeah, get hyped for Ultimate.